Good evening, everybody. It's the second video this week, and it's in my regularly scheduled spot. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. So for this video, the poem that I'm about to read is apropos as we're heading towards Friday, and it has something to do with the weekend, and it goes something like this. 72 hours begins. The elevator goes down 9 floors. From Friday night to Monday morning, the last thing I'm checking is my work email. I'm ashamed to admit, all I want to do is crash. Once the key opens the front door, I need a solid plan to step out again. For the fact that the week runs so slow, the 72 hours go by quick. Before you know it, Sunday night scaries have arrived. Another week begins as the clock says 5 a.m. The work week restarts, and I log in. I'm left wondering what could have been. This is an elegy for the weekend. So yes, this poem was a prompt from Lois Sterling, Elegy for the Weekend, and purely my interest to write this prompt came purely about the fact that when it comes to weekends, I tend not to plan much most of the time. Like most of the time, once 5 o'clock hits, forget it. Like I'm on my way out of Manhattan on the subway and pretty much ready to crash the moment I get up here Friday evening. As I need something, I need a good reason to step out of the house again Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday most of the time. And I end up spending a good chunk of my weekend scrolling on my phone or on my computer, living vicariously through everybody else. Kind of a part two to Monday's poem made reference to this, but here it's just I admit the fact that I don't plan much for the weekends most of the time. Sometimes I'll have something ready to go, and I enjoy myself. But more often than not, I'm pretty much in bed most of the weekend, just relaxing, trying to put the work week aside. And given that the week tends to move really slowly, it always comes as a bit of a shock to blink and it's Friday evening, and blink again, we're up to It's Sunday night, and it's like, where did the time go? Or more importantly, why did I spend another weekend doing absolutely nothing but sit on my behind for 3 days? I guess I wasn't always like this, this sedentary all the time. I picked and chose my spots, but here it's like you kind of have to pull teeth for me to do anything on a weekend. I just wanna relax after a long work week. That's why this poem took on an elegiac tone of voice where it's like, oh, I should be doing something, but I'm in fact not. Thankfully, no one really asks like, what, how was your weekend, or what did you do this weekend? So I can kind of get away with it being silent. But deep down inside, I know that I should be doing more with my days than I already do. I know this sounds crazy coming from someone who travels, who like goes around, who does do things here and there. But to me, it's like I'm not doing enough, honestly. And it's something I feel ashamed about. I need to do more with my days. Well, everyone, that's it for this week's poem. Hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your week, and a wonderful weekend. And I'll talk to you again next week. Good night, everybody.